Imagine that you are standing inside a dark cave nearly 10,000 years ago. There are no cities. There is no electricity. There are no farms. There is only the glow of a small fire as a group of early humans gathers around rough clay pots. They are not drinking water. They are not drinking milk. They are drinking something surprisingly familiar: alcohol. But here's the mystery. Did early humans invent alcohol, or did they simply discover it by accident? For decades, archaeologists always believed that alcohol only appeared after agriculture began. The theory seemed simple. People first grew crops, and then they learned how to ferment them. But recent discoveries tell a different story. Scientists studying ancient pottery have found microscopic chemical traces inside vessels that are nearly 9,000 years old. These tiny clues suggest that humans were making fermented drinks long before great civilizations or written history. If this is true, then it changes one of the oldest chapters in human history. So where did it all begin? Long before humans understood science, nature was already making alcohol. Every year, ripe fruit would fall onto the forest floor. Wild yeast would settle on the fruit, consume its natural sugars, and produce ethanol, the same alcohol we know today. Nature invented alcohol long before humans ever tasted it. Even today, chimpanzees, monkeys, birds, and fruit bats have been observed naturally eating fermented fruit. This suggests that alcohol has existed in nature for millions of years. Now imagine an early hunter searching for food. He finds some fallen fruit. Its smell is sweeter than usual. The taste is different. Soon he feels warmth, relaxation, maybe even a sense of pleasure. He doesn't know why, but he remembers the experience. Could this have been humanity's first encounter with alcohol? No one knows for sure. Fermented fruit disappears quickly and leaves behind almost no archaeological evidence. That's why scientists look for something more durable: ancient pottery. Tiny chemical residues trapped inside pottery can survive for thousands of years. Using modern laboratory techniques, archaeologists analyze these microscopic traces for the chemical fingerprints of honey, rice, fruit, and fermentation. It's almost like solving a 10,000-year-old detective case. One of the most remarkable discoveries came from ancient China. Researchers found evidence inside clay vessels suggesting that people intentionally used rice, honey, and fruit to create a fermented drink about 9,000 years ago. This wasn't an accident. Someone had learned that by combining things, storing them in clay vessels, and patiently waiting, something completely new could be created. These people knew nothing about microorganisms or chemistry, yet through observation and experimentation, they had mastered one of nature's oldest biological processes. That small act of curiosity may have changed human history forever. And that was just the beginning. As archaeologists continued excavating sites across the Middle East and Europe, they found similar evidence, suggesting that different cultures had discovered different forms of fermentation, different ingredients, different traditions, but the same remarkable idea. Wherever humans found fruit, grains, or honey, they eventually learned that time could transform them into something extraordinary. But one mystery still remains. Why did people in ancient times go to so much effort to make alcohol? The answer could reveal that alcohol wasn't just humanity's oldest drink. It may have helped create civilization itself. So why did people in ancient times spend their precious time collecting honey, harvesting grains, or gathering fruit just to make alcohol? For years, researchers believed the answer was simple. People enjoyed its taste and relaxing effects. But modern archaeology suggests that alcohol may have played a much bigger role in human history. Think about a small, ancient village from thousands of years ago. Life was extremely difficult. Every day was spent hunting, gathering food, avoiding dangerous animals, and protecting loved ones. Then one evening, the hunters returned with a successful kill. A fire was burning in the middle of the camp. Families gathered together. Food was shared. Stories were told. People sang, danced, and celebrated another day of survival. Then someone carefully lifted a clay vessel filled with a fermented drink. One by one, everyone shared it. This may have been one of humanity's earliest social celebrations. Many archaeologists believe fermented drinks were closely connected to feasts, rituals, and important ceremonies. Rather than drinking every day, ancient people may have reserved alcohol for special occasions that strengthened relationships and brought entire communities together. Large drinking vessels found at archaeological sites support this idea. Alcohol wasn't just a drink. It may have been a powerful social tool that encouraged trust, cooperation, and strong communities, qualities that greatly increase the chances of survival. Then comes one of the most fascinating debates in archaeology. What came first, farming or beer? Most historians believe agriculture developed because humans needed a reliable source of food. However, some researchers have proposed the famous beer before bread hypothesis. According to this idea, early humans may have started growing certain grains so they could make fermented drinks. It's an exciting theory, but it remains controversial. Most scientists still believe that food production was the main reason agriculture developed. Still, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Fermented drinks appeared much earlier than researchers once thought. Today, archaeologists use powerful microscopes, chemical residue analysis, and radiocarbon dating to search for microscopic traces of honey, fruit, grains, and fermentation hidden inside ancient clay vessels. Every discovery reveals another piece of humanity's forgotten past, yet many mysteries remain. Did Neanderthals ever intentionally consume fermented fruit? Did different civilizations discover different forms of fermentation? How many ancient recipes have disappeared forever? Researchers are still searching for answers. But one thing is certain. The story of alcohol isn't really about drinking. It's about curiosity. Our ancestors observed nature, experimented with fruits, honey, and grains, and unknowingly discovered one of humanity's oldest traditions. The next time you see a glass of wine or a mug of beer, remember, its story didn't begin in a modern factory or an ancient brewery. It began thousands of years ago, when wild yeast transformed sweet fruit into something completely new. And somewhere around an ancient campfire, beneath a sky filled with stars, some curious humans may have taken the first sip, without even realizing that they were starting a tradition that would last for thousands of years. If you enjoyed this journey through ancient history, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more fascinating stories from humanity's past. And here's one final question. If you could go back and witness just one moment from ancient history, what would it be? Tell us in the comments. Until next time, keep searching, because history still holds countless mysteries waiting to be discovered.